So John Boyega, famous intellectual, has
steeped in critical race theory.
Honestly, yeah. Anyway, he's come out and said the most absurd nonsense. So we're going to listen to it. We're going to listen to him because he's really intelligent, and everyone should definitely take his points seriously and not just laugh at him because he's, definitely not an idiot.
Pandering. Let me tell you, Star Wars always had the vibe of being in the most whitest elite space. Like, this franchise is so white that it's like a black person existing in that was something. And you can always tell it's something when some Star Wars fans try to say, well, we had Lando Calrissian and had Samuel L. Jackson. It's like telling me how many cookie chips are on the cookie dough. I'm like, bro, they just scattered that in there, bro. They're okay with us playing the best friend. But once we touch their heroes, once we lead, once we trailblaze, it's like, oh my God, it's just a bit too much.
So, one, insufferable in terms of the way he speaks anyway. Bro, just come on now. Speak English. However, just want to clarify, his own analogy can be used against him and make him look like a complete imbecile. It's just like chocolate chip cookie dough just sprinkled in there. Yes, mate. Chocolate chips are the best part of chocolate chip cookies. Without it, it would be a dry sugar cookie. Chocolate chip cookies are epic. People want the chocolate chips sprinkled in their cookies, mate. Your own analogy is nonsense. Complete nonsense. Also, like, what is this revisionist history? Because everyone really liked him. Everyone wanted him to get with the main character, actually. Everyone was like, surely they were going to get together? No? Are you going to pair him with Rose Tico now? The weird little Asian girl? Oh, okay. What? Why are you not doing anything with this character? Why is he not a Jedi? Because you seemed like you were teasing something. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. You removed his image from the Chinese poster, right? That's a bit weird. I'm pretty certain all the fans actually stood up for John Boyega. Pretty certain, actually. Also, the characters he references are some of the most adored and widely regarded by the fans. Mace Windu Landau. Landau Calrissian's like the ultimate cool guy in space. He's a schmoozer. And Samuel L. Jackson's just generally cool as Mace Windu anyway. What is going on? What is this? Aside from just drivel, like I said, black fragility. I think this is black fragility, 100%. It's him. Mate, like, what? Just go to Africa, okay? If you wanna star in an all black movie, right, or an all black movie franchise, just go to Africa. We are still in the West. It is predominantly white for the time being. What are you doing? What a weird way to just and you're a multi-millionaire now. You're a multi-millionaire. Way to spit in everyone's face that gave you your leg up in life. Anyway, I think we'll go to you first, Bo. I want your opinion on this, and tell me if you want me to play it again. I'm happy to play this.
No, I can't. I don't want to hear a black guy's doing the stereotypical nerd white voice. Yeah, I could do without that, actually. Yeah, I've heard that plenty of times. Yeah, no, black fragility is exactly it. An acute case of black fragility, just drowning in racial resentment. How ungrateful can you be? He was plucked out of obscurity from some London inner city estate, plucked out of obscurity, and just handed a fortune and world fame, being put in one of the biggest franchises of all time, and it's still not enough. He's still drowning in resentment. Yeah, go to Africa. Go and make films in the Nigerian film industry then, John.
This
dickhead. What a loser. Sorry, Culture. Just one last thing. How much of a loser have you got? How big has the chip got to be on your shoulder that you're given millions and you become a world name? You get to star in feature-length movies, Hollywood movies. And still the only thing you can think to talk about is it's not enough, that there's still white people still exist. It's like, fuck this dude. Fucking, it's Lewis Hamilton syndrome. Well, actually, it's not. Lewis Hamilton has actually got a talent. But that thing, Lewis Hamilton, as soon as BLM came out, started talking about BLM and defunding cops and stuff. It's like, really?
He's moved on
the
to climate
world,
change now as
you're
well.
given right, yeah. You're given the world on a platter, and all you can do is complain. Anyway, that's enough. Culture, you go.
Well, first of all, Bo, you got it wrong. The chip is in the cookie. Okay. And not on his shoulder. And second, is this guy a Brit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck him proper then.
Proper fucked.
Yeah. I'm just saying this is a guy that actually had an army of people behind him because Disney did him so dirty. Everybody was thinking he was going to have a more prominent role in this story. The only person to blame, Mr. John Boyega, you retard, is Disney. But you won't do that because you desperately want to try to pretend there's still going to be a Ray movie that nobody fucking wants. And yeah, there's that. So I have a feeling that this guy's just lashing out because he has no career. And he doesn't have anybody telling him he needs to do better. And at the same time, Hollywood is begging Trump to save them. But they still are being absolute douche canoes. So, look, John, if you never get another job, you're going to be fine financially if you planned correctly. You should have put away some of that Netflix money that clearly didn't go anywhere. And, somebody who stands up for the woman king bologna sausage deserves kind of to take a nap, have a little break. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he played the slave king, didn't he?
Yeah, and there's nobody.
The king of Dahomey, the slave king.
Yeah, but the weirdest thing is, there's black people enslaving black people. John, did you miss that?
That's fine. No, that's fine. That's allowed. All right, that's not racist. All right.
Okay. Everybody was enslaved, bitch. Anyway, I'm done. I don't really have much to say about him other than he's an idiot. I mean, and he demonstrates it. And, again, going back and flashing, at the fans rather than at Disney just shows a complete lack of intellectual honesty, which I anticipate, no actor in Hollywood has any longer.
He's only got 3 projects upcoming on IMDb. So you're right when you say that his career is basically dead, because it is dead. Like, all these projects are in pre-production. I've never even heard of them aside from Attack the Block 2, which is what he was in when he was a child. He was in the first one.
What about that?
But I don't know any of the other 2. And yeah, you're right. Like, the thing is that he unequivocally, as you said, Bo, he got his start up in life. So much money he was given, millions and millions and millions of dollars. And what did he do with it? And all that goodwill he had from people. Because that's the real key thing, right? Like, do what you want with your money, but that goodwill that people, people liked him as a character. People were making videos about how Disney screwed him, right? There was a core contingent. It was basically the bulk of the Star Wars fans. It unified anyone in Star Wars, whether you liked the sequels or not. People were like, well, why did you do him dirty? It was one of those unifying things. And then he just uses all that goodwill and just spits in everyone's face like an ungrateful prick.
It is ungrateful, yeah. I remember during the BLM stuff, I can't remember the exact words. I won't be able to quote Boyega verbatim, but I do remember him out on the streets in London somewhere, South London somewhere probably, just like shouting, about white supremacy and defund the cops. And it's like, yeah, we don't have a problem with cops murdering black people for absolutely no reason. Not that America's got much of a problem with it. It's extremely rare. They're just as likely to murder a white person for no reason. But we certainly don't really have a problem with that in Britain. And yet still, yeah, the crossover of the BLM stuff to Britain was so lame, so pathetic, so transparently nonsense. And yet he was a cheerleader for it. Of course he was. Why not? When all you can think about is how much you hate white people, it seems. Seems like he hates Britain, certainly hates white people, clearly demonstrates that. Probably hates the entire Western establishment, the entire Western culture. I have no doubt, despite being plucked from obscurity and cast in films and given millions of dollars. It's just the worst. It's just the worst type of person, isn't it? It's gross. It's gross to see and hear.
I found the transcript of what he said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's absolute nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Says, first of all, I want to thank every single one of you for coming out. This is very important. It wasn't. This is very vital. It wasn't. Black lives have always mattered. We have always been important. We have always met suffering. We have always succeeded, regardless. And now is the time. I ain't waiting. I ain't waiting. I've been born in this. I have been born in this country. That's not even a sentence. I'm 28 years old, born and raised in London. And for a time, every black person understands and realizes the first time you're reminded that you are black. You remember, every black person in here remembered when another person reminded you that you were black. None of you out there, all those protesters on the other side, protesting against what we want to do, protesting against what we want to try and achieve, darn you, because this is so vital. I need you guys to understand. I need you to understand how painful this is. I need you to understand how painful it is to be reminded every day that your race means nothing. Mate, you live in the UK. Shut up. And that isn't the case anymore. There is never a case anymore. We're going to try it today. We're a physical representation of our support for George Floyd. Yeah, fantastic. Disgusting detritus of a man. We're a physical representation in our support for Sandra Bland. Don't even know who that is. We're a physical representation on our support for Trayvon Martin. Don't know who that is. We're a physical representation of our support on Stephen Lawrence. That name rings a bell. And Mark Duggan. And then the most comical thing is, he says this message is specifically for black men. Black men, we need to take care of our black women. Well, you don't do a very good job of that, seeing as most of you guys are fatherless. But all right. Idiot. We need to take care of them. They are us. This is just drivel. I'm not going to listen to it anyway. Never mind. Yeah. Let's move on. Yeah. It's just dog shit. It's just absolute dog shit. This guy's a douche. He's an absolute douche, and he's an asshole. And you don't have any goodwill with anyone anymore. John Boyega, you're terrible. You're an absolute fool. And yeah, you should firmly put your ire over on Disney rather than the fans that actually gave you your start up in life. But never mind.
Or just white people. Do the white voice again, John. That was good. Yeah, do that again. It's funny.
We actually got a super chat about this. Sorry. Aurora Uplink says, I like John Boyega and want him in another Star Wars film role. I think he was just trying desperately to be nice, yet get attention in the interview. What was nice about it? What? What? No. What was nice about it, Aurora? Thank you for being a member, but what was nice about it? There was nothing nice about it. What? There was nothing nice about that at all. What? I'm so confused. Okay, never mind. Weird.
Just a big Boyega fan.
Well, yeah, but no, be a fan of Boyega. That's absolutely fine. It wasn't being nice in the interview.
No, yeah, it's weird. Being a racist.